Hi, hello, hey, it's Anissa and welcome back to another video. So since I started my YouTube journey, I've uploaded 10 videos and I wanted to reflect upon what I've learned since I've started. The list of things I've got here all vary from very, I suppose, unserious things to quite serious reflections I've had about myself, and I just wanted to take the time to reflect on that myself and also share that with everyone else. Number one, I use filler words way too much. As I've had to regularly watch myself after editing my videos, I say way too much. I say yeah way too much when I'm starting a sentence. It's definitely made me a lot more conscious of this, especially when I'm in a professional setting at work. I'm talking about something and I'm trying to think of what the next thing I'm going to say is and how to articulate that correctly. And I just end up saying just so someone else doesn't start talking or someone else doesn't butt in. I definitely need to become a lot more comfortable with taking a pause, and if someone else does jump in, then it is what it is. I'm sure I'll get my chance to say what I want to say. Number two, I haven't given myself enough time or space to actually learn new skills over the last few years. After I finished my accounting exams some time ago, I have just been cruising at work, I would say, and even outside of work I've not really given myself the space to learn something new. And after starting this journey on YouTube, I've definitely enjoyed it. So the one thing that comes to mind is editing videos. Now at the moment I just film on my phone, like I don't have a separate microphone. I am just using iMovie to edit them at the moment, and even then, like it's still something new for me. Like I've never done that before and I'm definitely enjoying it. I know I definitely need to get better at it. It's not perfect, but I'm definitely getting there. So I'm cutting out a lot more ums than I was when I first started because I'm a lot more confident on how to edit the videos. Number three, I procrastinate a lot. Even though I really enjoy filming the videos, editing them, like I really do enjoy the whole process, I find that on a day where I say, okay, I'm going to film some content today, I end up procrastinating, I end up doing something easier. And I think it's because I know that this takes time. It takes time to film a video, like even to plan what you're going to say if it's something like this kind of video. And also the time it takes to edit. Obviously you're essentially watching the footage all the way through, you're making cuts, you're pausing, so it does take time. And if I want to be consistent, which I do want to be, I definitely need to work on that. Number four, I don't actually care about my appearance as much as I always thought I did. The fact that if you look back on some of my videos, I have like a greasy hair, like slick back, I don't have any makeup on, I was like in the middle of moving stuff into the house, an absolute sweaty mess, and I was happy to upload that onto YouTube. Now maybe that's because I don't have many people watching my videos at the moment. I suppose I'm a lot more confident in my natural self, which I'm really proud of because I think Anissa from 10-15 years ago definitely wasn't. But one thing I will say is I definitely want to put more effort into how I look for videos. Now my hair, it looks like an absolute state at the moment, but definitely going forwards I do want to make a bit more of an effort. Number five, I'm so embarrassed for anyone that I know to find my videos. I have told a few of my friends that I'm doing YouTube. One of my close friends has been watching the videos and she's been really like nice and she's given me some constructive feedback, but I don't think anyone else has seen them, and I'm not actively like telling a lot of people about it, and I am a little bit worried about anyone from work finding out as well. And when I say anyone from work, I mean like I am quite good friends with people from work, but outside of that I do wonder how it would go down, because I definitely know my team at work, news spreads like wildfire, so I'm definitely a little bit concerned about that. But equally, my content isn't controversial. I'm not talking about things that like contradict my profession, so in theory it should be fine, but I do have that doubt in my mind. Number six, I find it a lot easier to talk to the camera than I thought I would. So I've been wanting to actually make YouTube videos for some years now, and I've never really got round to it, but I always thought I might find it awkward talking to the camera because essentially you're kind of talking to yourself, but I don't actually see it like that. I do think that, you know, there might be someone on the other side listening and watching, so it's definitely a lot easier than I thought it would be. Number 7, I have more appreciation for YouTubers that have full-time jobs and are employed and still upload on at least a weekly basis. So I've been uploading, I mean, it was consistent for a while that I was doing every other week. I have not uploaded anything the past month, but having said that, I have been filming content, but I was keen to film this video to get this out after the first 10. So I have got other videos filmed that I could have edited and uploaded, but I suppose I was waiting for the right opportunity to have the time to think about what I wanted to say in this video, to reflect upon the journey and actually film this. And I think I found that it's definitely hard to do that when you're employed full-time. Like, I'm in a corporate job, like overtime is a thing, and I always thought, oh, I'll just film something when I get home from work. But when you've been, you know, talking all day on calls, like thinking about things all day, and you get home, the last thing you want to do is set up the tripod and start talking to the camera about something. And again, that probably comes back to my earlier point around procrastinating. But even still, like, I think people that are able to do this with a full-time job, like, I really have like a huge admiration for, because it's not easy. Number 8, I struggle with eye contact a lot more than I had realised. So when I'm talking to someone in person, I'm quite good at holding eye contact. But the time when I struggle is when I'm telling a story and I'm trying to recall something and I start looking up. It is a thing that people do, like when they're trying to recall something, they start looking up because they're almost trying to look into their brain to find what they want to say. I definitely struggle when I'm telling a story. And I'm definitely a lot more conscious of it now that I've been filming videos. So as you can probably tell from this video, I'm making a lot more of a conscious effort to make eye contact with the actual camera as opposed to looking at the screen or looking away. And it's definitely something I need to work on. Again, probably at work, in terms of even like on a Teams call, like actually looking at the screen or at the camera. So what I'm saying comes across a lot more impactful. And I think reflecting on this, I should just take a lot more pauses when I'm videoing something and actually try not to rush it so much and just try and think about what I'm saying on the spot and start looking away from the camera and actually focus on the quality. And if I end up just sitting here for a minute trying to think about what I'm going to say in my head so that when I do say it, I'm a lot more confident, I'm looking at the camera, then I think that's worth the time spent. And I can always cut out the pauses afterwards. Number 9, my confidence in public to film is terrible. So if you've seen my Cotswolds vlog, you'll have seen that even when I was sat in my own car, no one else was in there, and just people driving around the car park looking for a space, I was worried that someone would see me like with my phone up and talking to the camera or talking to the phone, especially because it's sideways when you film a YouTube video, so it's not like I could pretend I was like FaceTiming someone with the phone like upright. I think I've always thought that I was the type of person that didn't care what strangers thought of me in public, like, and I'm not saying I go around being an absolute weirdo, like, it's not that at all, but just always thought that that wasn't something that bothered me. But I've now found the thing that clearly does bother me, and it's definitely something I want to work on, especially if I plan to carry on making videos, which at the moment I definitely do. And I think being able to like have the confidence to just vlog in public, and it doesn't even have to be in the middle of like a big crowd, like anything like that, but just even in the car or when I'm walking down the street, like just being able to do, it'll definitely make the content better. Number 10, a lot of things in life are a numbers game. So I recently watched a video from Ali Abdaal. Now I can't remember if it was a YouTube video or if it was like a reel on Instagram, I'm not quite sure. But he was giving someone dating advice. Now there is a point to this and it does tie back. But basically what he was saying is, if you feel unsuccessful in your dating life and you're actually not getting out there enough, then you need to change your approach, especially when you're using dating apps. He was saying that you should aim to go on 1 date a week. And if you weren't striking up enough matches on the apps to be able to do that, then you essentially needed to change your filters, lower your standards a little bit to make that happen, because it all ends up being a numbers game, especially when your dating life is being ruled by an algorithm, and you're more likely to have success in finding the right person if you aim to essentially meet someone new every week. And I think this also applies to YouTube. So one of the other things I've seen him say on videos specifically about starting YouTube, his thing is always just start and be consistent. And I've definitely seen how that, both the dating advice and that, couples up and can apply to YouTube. So every time I upload a video, I seem to gain 1 subscriber. Now what's 1 subscriber? Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's definitely a trend, and it shows that actually just uploading a video, it will help to grow the channel. Now, I'm not here to become like a massive influencer. That's not what I'm trying to do. But equally, it would be nice if I did have people regularly watching the videos, even just a small community. So I definitely understand more that this is a bit of a numbers game and consistency is key. Now, I am going to attempt to try and upload every week. I have a couple of videos already filmed, so I'm definitely covered for the next few weeks, which should give me the time to continue to film over the next couple of weeks to have the weeks after that covered. I'll see how it goes, and if I run out of ideas, then yeah, maybe I will go back to every other week, but I definitely want to try being more consistent. And that was the 10 things that I have learned and reflected upon after uploading my first 10 videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and learnt something new, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!